Hello, everybody. I am Julia Beyer. I'm an SOC career advisor, and I'm very happy to talk with you today about the Career Center, our resources, and how we can assist you in your career development. So I've been an SOC career advisor for over 10 years, and I work with undergraduate and graduate students in the School of Communication. And today in our agenda, I'd like to cover these bullet points, including who am I, self-exploration, what you should be doing during this time, virtual tools, important upcoming events, suggested career timeline, resources for specific populations of students, and then lastly, how to connect with us. So the first point I'd like to cover, who am I and how the Career Center can help. We offer a couple self-assessments, one called the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator. This is one that a lot of people have heard of before. It's a very popular self-assessment. And we also offer another one called the Strong Interest Inventory. And I think the Strong would be a good self-assessment for freshmen and sophomore, and Myers-Briggs Type Indicator would be a good assessment for third year and fourth year students at American University. So these assessments are actually offered for free to you right now. So if you are at a point in your college career where you're trying to figure out what you like to do, and you could benefit from a one-on-one appointment with a career advisor to dig a little deeper into who you are, and based on your personality and or interests, what types of careers or jobs you'd be interested in pursuing, that's when you might want to consider a self-assessment when you're still exploring a little bit about yourself and what kind of job or organization you're interested in. We also offer something called Career Guides by Undergraduate Major, which is something that can be found on our website at american.edu/career center. There's a lot of information on our website that is publicly available 24/7. And these career guides are designed to give you more information based on all the college majors at American University. And they give you ideas about skills, about jobs, about specific associations to join in your field. So when you're still in the exploration process, if you visit this part of our website, you can dig a little bit deeper into your major and what could be some resources and or skill sets or potential job opportunities that would be a good fit for you. What you should be doing during this time. So first year through third year of your college career, you're going to be always assessing where you are and evolving, and your story and brand will be evolving with you. So there are lots of components to evolve with you as you progress through your college career, including things like your elevator pitch. And this is a quick introduction you might use when you're meeting with an employer for the first time. Could be at our upcoming career fair or another networking event. Also, materials that will be evolving with you, including your cover letter, your resume, your online representation, which it could include an online portfolio or social media profiles, as well as the stories that you tell in your interviews. So we in the Career Center can meet you wherever you're at, whether you're a student who is still exploring what they'd like to do, or if you have an idea of what you'd like to do, we can help shape your story through all these materials and proofread them and make sure you're telling your story the best way possible and as clearly as possible for where you're at in your college career. What you should be doing, here are some things that you should be paying attention to. Every week, the Career Center sends out a newsletter with this header, the Career Center Recruiting Newsletter. And that newsletter is jam-packed with lots of information. It was actually sent out the first week of school on Tuesday, but typically it was actually it's sent out Monday. And in this newsletter, we have lists of employers, we have information sessions, we have one-on-one networking opportunities, we have networking fairs. So there's lots of information in that newsletter, and it's updated every single week. And I strongly encourage you to make sure you skim every week, because we add more and more events as the semester progresses. It's never a finalized set of events from the beginning of the semester. The events are always added every single week. So it's good to check back on it, even if like the current week there aren't any events that are of interest to you. It's always good to be reading this newsletter. So of course we have Handshake, where you would be RSVPing to all kinds of events, where you can apply for all kinds of jobs and internship opportunities. And what I'm showing here is in the search feature. If you just search by keyword remote, you can search for just remote opportunities. But of course, in this world that we're living in now, there is a range of hybrid, in-person, as well as remote opportunities. All those exist. So it's another layer of searching that you have to think through what you're comfortable doing and what kind of experience you want with an internship or job, and whether you want that to be hybrid, in-person, or remote. I wanted to just mention quickly a partnership AU has with an organization called Parker Dewey, which offers micro internships, and those are very short-term, paid, professional-oriented type internships. So that is another resource that you can find opportunities in addition to Handshake. If you're looking for paid opportunities, it doesn't necessarily have to be related to your major. Quad Jobs is a wonderful platform where you can find opportunities to tutor, babysit, dog walk, all those kinds of opportunities where you might need to make a quick buck fast. That is a very good resource. LinkedIn Learning. So LinkedIn Learning, you can connect to through the portal. If you go under the AU portal technology and look up LinkedIn Learning, you can connect your account so that when you have a LinkedIn profile, you have the option to, in the upper right-hand corner, click quickly onto the LinkedIn Learning resource, which offers hundreds of video tutorials for free 24/7. So this is a wonderful resource when you're trying to understand the hybrid work environment, when you're trying to acquire new skills such as communication skills or leadership skills. This platform has many video tutorials that hits on many different types of skills and subject areas. So that is a wonderful resource to be aware of. What you should be doing or continuing to do is network as much as possible. So we have some more in-person networking opportunities this semester, and you're also welcome to make an appointment with a career advisor in person, because we are offering in-person as well as virtual appointments through the Career Center. And our Career Center is open where you can physically walk into it. It's on the 5th floor of Butler Pavilion, 2 levels above the campus bookstore. And it is open from Monday through Thursday from 10 to 4, where you can physically walk in the door. And then appointment availability and responses to emails also exist outside those hours, because of course we can also offer virtual appointments at different times of the day. So continuing to network virtually as we have been during the pandemic is important to complement the networking that you're doing in person. And two resources I'm highlighting here are one, the American University LinkedIn page, and then secondly, Alumni Fire. And both of these platforms are wonderful ways to network with AU alumni, which is critically important during these times because industries and jobs are changing so dramatically across the board. It's really important to have conversations with alumni in your field to learn about trends and how things have changed, and to be up to date on the job market as well as the internship search market. And this is just a snapshot of the American University alumni on LinkedIn, this wonderful tool where if you search American University and you go to this alumni tab here, you can pull up a total of over 108,000 alumni, and you can search by keyword as well as organization name if there's a specific organization you're interested in working for. And this is a wonderful tool because you can brainstorm different career paths based on these keyword searches, or you can brainstorm specific people you can reach out to based on your interest in different organizations, and get advice from them and learn from the information they have on the profile. So I can't emphasize enough how important this tool is, and we in the Career Center can review resumes, cover letters, online portfolios, as well as LinkedIn profiles. So if you'd like to take a look at your profile, review it, critique it, help talk you through different strategies and ways in which to reach out to people, what to say, those are all things we can help you with. Other virtual tools, we have a tool called Going Global, and what this tool does is it's a resource for students looking for opportunities around the country. If you're not just wanting to limit yourself to Washington, D.C. area, and if you're looking for other opportunities in other parts of the country, as well as around the world. And it also is a wonderful resource for international students seeking employment in the United States, because it's got a comprehensive H-1B visa search engine that you can utilize to search US employers. So it's great for looking for opportunities around the country, around the world, as well as for international students trying to identify US employers who have done H-1B sponsorship. We also have this tool called Big Interview, which this is a little picture snapshot of that tool, where you can practice do a mock interview of a virtual interview. This the ability to do virtual interviews is not going away anytime soon. It's here to stay, whether or not your internship or job is in person, hybrid, or remote. The virtual interviews is a wonderful way for an employer to quickly screen through candidates without taking too much time away from themselves or you, to see if there's a mutual fit for you for that internship or job. So it's definitely a tool you might want to take advantage of, practicing those mock interview questions. And this is an example of 5 questions that you can practice being interviewed by a person who's asking these questions. You can record yourself and play yourself back and see how you come across. Your career advisor can also review this for you and go over it with you. On our website, I also wanted to highlight for international students under Career Center, explore your options, international student resources. We have a very comprehensive webpage there for the job internship search for international students. There are a lot of similarities between domestic and international students with regarding the job search, but this is specifically designed to provide you advice about the US job market and navigating cross-cultural type issues and navigating through the job search that you might be different from your home country. So that is a wonderful resource for international students to look up, as well as right under that, Lock in China is for international students or US students who are interested in jobs and internships in China. And so when you go on to Handshake, under the Career Center tab, which is in the upper right-hand corner, you click on that, and then midway down, you see this resources library, the same place where you would make an appointment to see an advisor. And you see all of these Going Global, Big Interview, Lock in China, all these resources that you can access through Handshake. And then from our website, I wanted to make sure I highlighted the resume examples and templates. For those of you who really could benefit from a format that you can download, a Google Doc that is pre-created with a very nice resume format, it makes it very easy for you if you really need to do a resume refresh or just start a resume from scratch. We have a downloadable format that you can use to create your resume. So that is a wonderful resource that you can access on our website or through the Handshake Career Resources Library. Very, very important, regardless of what school you're in. I advise communication students, but every single school on campus has newsletters, has social media accounts, listservs. So it's very important to be plugged into all those communication outlets. Talk to your professors, talk to your career advisors, talk to your academic advisors about what those listservs or social media platforms are that you should be connected with, and make sure that you read them, because besides the recruiting newsletter that the Career Center sends out every week, many of these other publications that your school is sending out is really important to pay attention to for school-specific resources. Because of course, our recruiting newsletter is for all schools and all students. I wanted to point out this resource called We Know Success, and you can either Google it or go to the website american.edu/We Know Success. And we in the Career Center track graduates 6 months after graduation, where they end up. And this can really help you in a couple ways. So one, if you're still trying to figure out what you might want to major in, you can look up different majors and see what kinds of employers are associated with that major, and or the statistics about what percentage of students are working or in grad school or both, as you can see in this graphic. And it also gives you ideas of where students in that major have done internships for credit. So you can get an entire list of employers for each major, an entire list of internships for credit that students have done in that major. You can also get salary ranges if you would like some data about what jobs, entry-level jobs, your students in that major have gotten with different salaries. And so I can't emphasize enough how important this resource is when you're trying to make an informed decision about major and or internship or job. You can get ideas about what employers might be good employers to target based on your college major. So I did want to mention the Office of Merit Awards, and they are housed technically under the Career Center, even though they're physically located in the lower level of LETS, a little bit a ways from the Career Center, past the library. And they offer nationally competitive merit-based scholarships, and for students and alumni who are interested in looking for opportunities to fund study abroad experiences, fund graduate education, or gain high-level work experiences. So they offer many programs throughout the year. They have many programs such as the Bourne Fellowship, the Fulbright, many programs coming up this semester that you should check out if you'd like to learn more about those opportunities to see what programs you might want to be interested in attending. They also have a national scholarship directory that you can search. Would be beneficial to look through that ahead of time to have an idea of what types of scholarships you might be interested in. And you can make one-on-one appointments just like you can with a career advisor with an Office of Merit Awards advisor. So I would strongly recommend that those of you who are very strong students, have high GPAs, to take a look at the Office of Merit Awards. I'm very excited to highlight our upcoming virtual job and internship fair coming up on September 23rd from 1 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Registration is opening up September 7th, and so you can go ahead and sign up for this right away. And I recommend that you go in and register and then also look through the list of employers. There are 60 of them. And as some of you are already familiar with the virtual fair platform, it's very important to get into the website ahead of time on Handshake, review the list of employers, and sign up for some sessions, whether it's a one-on-one session, or which would be 10 minutes long, or a group session, which is closer to 20 minutes. It's important to sign up for those sessions because those slots can fill up quickly. And then it's also important to go back and recheck Handshake if either an employer hasn't posted their schedule yet, or to see if there are openings that an employer didn't previously have that you can sign up for. So I would go ahead and review the employers, try to sign up for as many that look of interest to you, and keep an eye on it the closer we get to the upcoming event, because there could be some last minute opportunities opening up. We have a lot of programs coming up leading up to the career fair, and everything from how to prepare for the virtual and job and internship fair. I will be doing that along with fellow career advisor John Charles. He's an SIS and CAS career advisor. Also, how to prepare for the fair, crafting your elevator pitch. I touched a little bit on the elevator pitch earlier. Really important to know how to talk about yourself, particularly in a virtual platform. What is important to share? How to prepare for the virtual job and internship fair, Resumes 101. We are hosting that week some resume stations where you can do a quick drop in, have your resume reviewed, or you can attend this How to Prepare for the Fair Resume 101 workshop. And then we also will have a Career Center help room during the fair that will be happening, I believe I did a little typo there, between 1 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on September 23rd, where you can jump into the room there if you have any questions or concerns, where Career Center staff will be there to support you. So lots of events on the run up to the upcoming career fair. Although some of us would like to think COVID's behind us, unfortunately Delta came along, and I wanted to highlight that we have a COVID-19 resources page on our website under Career Center, Prepare for the Surge, Career Planning, and COVID-19. And it just basically presents a lot of information about the job search or internship search and how that has been influenced by the pandemic and all the changes and influx and highs and lows that are going on in the economy. So it's just a wonderful resource page to sort of think about your search through the lens of the COVID or through the pandemic and how you might approach it differently. Suggested career timeline. So as in the description of this webinar, it said this has more of a focus on undergraduate students. I think graduate students could also benefit from knowing some of these resources, but I'm kind of going a little bit on the undergraduate timeline here. First year students, because it's never too early, make an appointment with a career advisor. It's okay if you don't have a resume, you can come to us. That's the whole point of coming to us, is building your resume. We can help you with that. Or if you don't have a LinkedIn profile and you need some help creating a LinkedIn profile, we can help you with that. And just kind of introducing yourself, because we love getting to know you and being an advocate for you and making sure you're aware of all those resources and opportunities that could be really beneficial to you. So it really is in your best interest to make an appointment with the career advisor, no matter whether you know what you want to do or have no idea what you want to do. It's just very good to check in with us, no matter how early, and explore your time on campus. You know, we're in a point where half our population in this first week of school had never lived on campus, all the incoming freshmen and sophomores. So it's really an amazing time where you're all coming back to campus in person and exploring things, trying clubs and activities, meeting new people. This is a wonderful time for you to explore and start to figure out who you are. Second year students, that's when you might start more intensively applying for internships or jobs. Of course, first year and second year students can work on campus jobs as well as juniors and seniors. So that's always a good option, but we typically try to say hold off on interning maybe till the summer after your first year or your sophomore year, just because there is so much to adjust to in your first year of college. But by your second year, sophomore year, applying for internships potentially related to your interests or your major, getting more involved with on-campus clubs or activities, that would be a wonderful idea, so that by your third year, if you're interested in a more of a leadership role, because you have that foundation of already having, you know, worked in a different roles for a club or activity, you might be ready for a leadership role and getting internships relevant to your major and future career. In an ideal world, if you could intern your senior year, your fourth year, and that internship turn into a job, that would be a great thing to happen. It doesn't always happen that way, but I think of the entire senior year as an opportunity to ramp up like a roller coaster, getting ready for the job search in the fall. You know, making sure all your application materials are ready, are polished, drafting lists of organizations you're interested in, reaching out to those contacts, attending all relevant networking events or fairs. And these are, of course, things you should all be doing the entire time you're in college, is reaching out to people, collecting information from them, establishing connections, establishing your network, so that by your senior year, you're going to have this network ready to go. And then use that as your foundation to reach out to new folks. And then by late fall, typically, I say keeping an eye really pretty proactively on those job postings, and then early spring starting to apply. So this is sort of like a very big picture kind of time frame. I know every field is slightly different. Some folks, particularly business students, are applying much earlier in the fall for a job they might be starting in the spring. But I'm just talking very broadly across fields, the time frame that you can think about applying for jobs, because I get that question quite frequently from seniors. And then I would definitely recommend checking in with your career advisor to get industry specific advice about that. But all of them are going to say to be working on your network and getting internships and doing on-campus clubs or activities, basically getting as much experience as you can while you're studying it at AU so that you have the education and the experience to offer to the employer. I just have a few slides for resources for specific student populations. If you fall into one of these categories, you're welcome to follow up and explore what additional resources are available to you. Luckily, we have all of these communities to support different student populations, and we are happy in the Career Center to collaborate with many of them on our career programming. This is just a slide of LinkedIn Learning videos, what I mentioned before, those video tutorials you can watch 24/7. Just a few that I've watched myself that I thought were interesting. So you can get kind of a sampling of the ranges of different topics that exist on LinkedIn Learning, as well as the timeframes for these videos. And so I strongly encourage you to look into them and think of, just keep it in the back of your mind as another resource, another way to learn new things to complement what you're studying at AU. So these are all our upcoming fall job search series. I'm doing the next one on using LinkedIn effectively as well. And then I have my other colleagues who are touching on networking, preparing for success in the future of work, advanced job search strategies, basic job search skills, preparing for your interview, salary negotiation, resumes for career transitions, resume basics, and then finally federal resumes and USA jobs. So you can see this, you can connect here through this bit.ly link to all the programs listed there that are related to career development and all these career topics. Luckily, we also have this YouTube channel where you can go and watch the recordings of all of these. So if you're not able to attend live, we have these on YouTube and you can go back and watch them at your leisure and take it in at your own pace. So just such a wonderful resource to be able to watch these recordings. I wanted to highlight peer advisors. So these are your fellow students, primarily undergraduates, juniors, and seniors who are working in the Career Center, where because we're open from 10 to 4 in person, Monday through Thursday, you can drop in and get some quick advice. These are typically about 15-minute appointments about a resume, about a cover letter, about how to navigate Handshake, how to create your profile. These are wonderful students who are helping and supporting us career advisors and being readily available for drop-ins for their fellow students. So we're very thankful to them. They are offering, as you can see here, in-person or virtual, Monday through Thursday, 10 to 4. They're offering virtual only appointments Tuesdays and Wednesdays from 4 to 8. So also evening availability, as well as on Fridays from 1 to 5, virtual only. So we basically have our bases covered most of the day, as well as a few evenings. Most of the week is covered. So we're very thankful to have them as a resource. And of course, we have the career advisors, many of which who are caught here on a Zoom snapshot. And like I said, we are meeting with students in person as well. And so you can look at our schedules on Handshake and see when we're available in person or over Zoom. And everybody's got a little bit of a different schedule. We are working 2 days of the week in office. All of us will be in the office on Tuesdays. And then we're working a second day of the week in office. Could be any day, Monday through Thursday. So 2 days we're working in office, 3 days we're working remotely. But regardless, we're all still available to meet with you. And we meet with students for 30 minutes or for 60 minutes if you think you might have some concerns that might take a little more time to get through, or you don't want to feel rushed, please feel free to book an hour-long appointment. If you have just more of a short, brief, or quick question, feel free to book a 30-minute appointment. You can book these appointments online. And as I said, we're available in person, Zoom, or you can email us questions. You're welcome to do that as well. And you're welcome to anytime email questions to the Career Center at careercenter@american.edu. We also are offering drop-ins, virtual and in person, just like the career advisors. And so our in-person or virtual drop-ins, where you don't have to make an appointment, where you can just come in, are on Tuesdays and Wednesdays between 2 and 4 p.m. So there might be a little bit of a wait either in Zoom or in person, but typically it's not too bad, because I actually just covered drop-ins this week, and I just had 2 drop-ins. Neither of them had to wait. They were both in person. So you're welcome to drop in on those days at that time to meet with a career advisor. So I just wanted to end with, giving you the opportunity to ask any questions. I know I threw a lot of information at you in a short amount of time. Don't worry if you can't remember everything from this presentation. You can come in and talk with us, and we can go over things in more detail, or if you have questions about things I haven't covered, or maybe it'll be more beneficial for you to meet with your school-specific career advisor. We're happy to meet with you. As you can tell from this picture, we're a very friendly group of people. We have students' interests at our, guiding us all the time. We're very passionate about helping students, and feel free to, make an appointment with us. And we're very excited to be back on campus. And I'm now available to answer any questions.